All right, who uses the internet and has no idea how it works? Raise your hand. If that's you, this is for you, all right? So if you use one of these and you have no idea what the process is between you pressing enter and you receiving the site, stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to be using this diagram to help illustrate what happens when you actually request a site on your computer. And hopefully you could follow along. I'll try to use these numbers as well as the names associated with this diagram. All right, guys, so step one, the user requests the website. In this example, it's example.com. Ooh. Okay, so this request actually goes to a bunch of servers. That request actually gets bounced around a bunch of servers before you actually get the website you're looking for. And we're actually going to get into some of the details that makes this happen. All right, so the user requests the site, and that request goes to the first server called a recursive resolver, also known as a DNS server, which is a domain name server. Okay, and basically you could think about this as like the post office, or more like a librarian, right? When you go to the library and you ask the librarian for a specific book, that librarian will write down all the information associated with that book and even help you find it, right? So that's kind of what this server is. It's the librarian. It'll receive all the information associated with the site you requested and then finally show it to you, okay? So this recursive resolver takes your request and then shoots it off to the second server called the root name server, which is step 2 in this diagram. And this is basically the first step in taking what you wrote, that example.com, and translating it to a readable IP address that the servers could use to find your site. Once the root server receives the request, it'll shoot back a possible TLD location, okay? A TLD location is a top-level domain location, okay? It'll bring that back to the recursive resolver, and that recursive resolver will shoot another request out, step 4, to the TLD name server. Now, in this step, it'll find like the ending associated with the site, like the .com, .org, .net, .uk, whatever that is, okay? And then after it locates that, step 5, it'll give that information back to the recursive resolver, and the recursive resolver will make its final request for the actual site in step 6, okay, with the authoritative name server, where all the files associated with that site are kept, okay? And then it'll take that IP address of that server that it just found, and in step 7, it'll give it back to the recursive resolver, and then finally share it with the person requesting the site, okay? Now, at this point, this was like a long, convoluted process, but at this point, since it's found the correct path to this directory, it'll probably cache your request. So if you ever try to request it again, it'll be that much easier and take a lot less time. So yeah, that's how you're able to see your requests from your computer or iPhone or anything, right? Type in your search engine and boom, that's how it happens.